Manifestation mistakes that will block your success. I want to keep that in. Always remember, mind your mind, guys. It's the source of your creation. Speaking about mind, this is what we're going to talk about today. What is the biggest manifestation mistake that literally blocks your success from creating whatever you want in your life? There's so much, right, we can go through, but I'm gonna pinpoint the number one mistake that we all make, and I'm gonna show you how to overcome it. If you learn to overcome it, that's when you'll start to change your life. So here we go. Let's begin. So the manifestation mistake that a lot of us make is that we take this too serious. In other words, we take our current reality or the current position that we're in right now, and we allow it to dictate where our lives go. Here's what you need to know. If you're in a position right now where you don't like the way things are, where you don't like how your life is, the type of money you're making, the type of relationships you have, your health, your happiness, if you're in a position right now, your current reality is all that. Let me show you what's happening. What you're experiencing right now was created many, many years ago. Okay? Always remember that your current reality is a feedback loop of what is in your inner reality. So for many of us, we are conditions of our past thinking. In other words, it's our past thinking and the way we subconsciously think, that's why we experience what we are right now. And that's fine. That's good. It's not the sky is not falling. That's just how your mind works. So let me show you how to fix it. What happens is you must now start a new mental program in your head. So here's the big picture now. This is the big picture I want you to get. This is where it's really important. Just if you think about what I just said to you. I said what you're experiencing today, if you're somebody that's been getting, your life is going good, making the money you want, your relationships, you're just ascending, good. That means you're past thinking. And if you notice, if you're someone that's doing this, if you think back, you start to notice, man, I started to change. I noticed that my thoughts changed. I was more positive. I started to be more observant. I started to meditate. I started to visualize. I just started to become more in tune. And if you're someone that's experiencing the opposite, maybe it's negative things happening to your life, go ahead and think back. Man, you know what? Man, I notice I do think about negative stuff. I worry a lot. I'm always pessimistic. I just can't be positive. There's always these things coming up in my life. So where does that tie into? What's happening there? Well, that ties into your unconscious mind. That means there's something or your environment. But the main point I want you to get is, how did that create this, what you call physical world? In your mind, in your head. So real reality is inside your head. So let's say you're in a bad position right now. This is just a feedback. It's temporary. It's moving you to the next phase. And here's the important thing. You have control. See that? Many people don't think they have control. They think their current reality is a stigment of the real world. This is how it is. And let me show you how this compounds more issues in your life. Because you see, when you're in your current reality of, right now, guess what? It feels so real to you. It does. But here's something you need to know. When you're in your head, the part of you that creates this world doesn't know the difference. The reason why this feels so real and there can't be a change or you're distracted all the time is because senses. You have all these sensory inputs. You're feeling the air, you're smelling things, you're seeing these things. Your ego is working and proving it to you that this is real. This is why you're struggling. So all of these create what? Feelings, emotions, which just validate us being more distracted. See where I'm going here? So if you want to fix this, start to live more in your head. That's how it works. Because the things that you're experiencing right now, point blank, is from your past thinking. Unconscious and conscious. Conscious and unconscious. Point blank. So if you want to stop blocks from your manifesting, when you're in your current reality, don't take it too serious. Just know that, okay, this is just a little feedback loop I made. Let me correct it. Let me correct it by start to change my pattern of thinking. And when you start to change your pattern of thinking, you start to become more into your head, into your mind, the mental aspect. When you start to go more into your mind, this changes, point blank. So that's how this will help you. And this is one of the biggest manifestation blocks that we create, because many of us, we are so inundated in our reality, in what's wrong, what's not working. And I got to put something else to it to show you why this is even more difficult for you, because it's something about the mind. You see, what happens is when all of our senses are inundated in the world around us and we are distracted, our subconscious mind comes in to help us by putting us in a trance. Anytime we experience, especially when it comes to negative stuff like feeling bad or just negative loops or all these negative things, what people don't understand is our subconscious mind goes into a hypnotic state. This is why we always spiral. If you notice, when you start to worry, you start to go deeper into the rabbit hole. You start to just, that's why you don't sleep, because your mind just keeps rolling you over, because that's in a hypnotic trance. That's just something that the subconscious mind does. It also does it when you feel good. So if you notice, when you're in a good mood and good groove, everything starts going for you, right? Today is going good, things is happening. Again, we are all hypnotic creatures. We are constantly in trances, guys. And this is just a trance you're in. So if your life is going good and you like what you're doing, keep going it. But this is for individuals who are struggling with focusing on their goals, because what happens is we are focused too much on this current reality. Look at your current reality as just a stop. It's not your final destination. It's just a part. So you have to look at it like, okay, where I'm at today is just a part of it. So I'll give an example. Let's say someone wants to make more money, right? They want money in their life, and their currency situation is they don't have as much money. They don't have the finances. They can't do the stuff they want to do. So, and then maybe they discovered how the mind works and discovered spirituality and how to create their life. So they start to get into visualizing, but they find it difficult, and they say, man, I thought I was supposed to visualize and I'm doing all these things, but my life still hasn't changed. You have to remember, guys, that what you're experiencing right now is a feedback loop many years ago. So when you put new information in, it's not just going to automatically pop in. The old stuff got to cycle out. It's called momentum. So you have to keep the course. It doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. It just means that you're cycling out the old stuff. It's like filtering. You got to filter out the old stuff to get the new stuff in. So once you understand and say, wait a minute, all right, so I know I may be in a situation where I don't have the finances, and my new thoughts are billing me toward the finances. So I see what's happening. I'm still cycling out the old thoughts of all these years, and that's what they're playing. So I just got to keep focusing on the new thoughts, and this stuff right here will dissipate. That's how you approach it. That's how you're going to fix it. So that's the biggest manifestation blocks that we face that will stop you from your success, is taking your physical world too serious. Don't do it. If you're in a position where you don't have the money, you don't have your goal, your dream job and all that, but you're in your mind, you have it, and you keep that vision in your mind, it's going to change the current reality. Point blank. That's just how it works. But everything has to go through momentum. So once you cut the cycle and start a new cycle, some of the old stuff is going to still run out. It has to bleed out. It's going to still bleed there. But eventually what happens is, because you're constantly in this new cycle, now you're going to notice yourself, oh, I start making more money. I start getting more opportunities. I start being more healthy. I start being more happy. I start relationship. Whoa. What's the big difference? Inner reality. It's your mind. So the best technique is for you guys, if you notice that, man, I don't like the outer reality, go into your head. That's it. Just go back into your mind and then recreate that new stuff again. Because from inside creates the outside. This is so perplexing, right? Because our minds, we're just used to seeing like this stuff looks real to us. But the thing about it is, and this is what draws this, and this is to give you more information to understand what's really happening here. The thing to understand is that none of this is like what we call real. It's not really solid, because our mind gives us the image of it. It's the same image in your head is the same. So what does it say about the whole picture? It says that all of this is like a game. It's a facade. It's like projections like information, like pixels put together, and we're projecting in our consciousness. That's the big picture here. And your mind, listen, your mind can't grasp that. Your conscious mind can never grasp that, because it wasn't created to understand it. It was only created to just interpret what we're experiencing right now. So there's no way it's going to understand that. So don't bog yourself down and say, oh, if it doesn't make sense right now. But you innately will get it, because the way you will get it is by doing some sort of process or action, and you see the results. So if you start to change your thinking in your mind, and then your life's going to change, and you're going to say, oh man, I see what this guy's talking about. So this stuff is working. So the more I change, blah, blah, blah. But the most important part I want to bring to you is, remember this, right? What you're experiencing right now in your life is something that you created many, many years ago with your own thinking. It's just catching up right now. Now, most of it is not your fault. Some of it is, but most of it is not, because most of it comes from your unconscious mind, because you have these beliefs that run underground too, and they play out and they affect your conscious mind. But now I've just given you the biggest tool to do this, to become aware and to start to put this new image in your head. So just see just see reality right now for what it is, just a pit stop. And if you start to do that, then your focus is going to be more on what you want in your mind, and then you're going to change the film here, and whatever was in your head starts to become the play. Got it? That's how it works. So always remember, mind your mind. Thank you, guys.